Get ready to spring into action. You're about to hear from change makers and thought leaders who are making a difference by embodying their mission. Welcome to Leadership Trends and Insights, a show with one purpose: to supercharge your leadership. And now your host, Nina Segura.
Welcome. I'm Nina, and I'm super excited because today we have the opportunity to talk to Cat Franco-Cicero. She is a wealth advisor. She coaches multi-generational clients to financial peace and security, and she's also a wellness enthusiast. And I'm super excited to have you here, Catalina. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Nina. Not as excited as I am. You are one powerful lady, and I'm so blessed to have met you.
Well, birds of a feather. So, Kat, the reason why I wanted you here is because I find your story to be so engaging, how you got to where you are today. And I witnessed leadership in you. I witnessed embodying that part of yourself that leads you to your highest good and the highest good of those around you. And I've watched you do it several times, and super enrolling and engaging and extremely intelligent. I find your materials to be something that I personally took home and wanted to share with my husband right away and say, hey, are we doing all these things? So I would love to hear from you as you think about what the world needs more now than ever as it relates to leadership. What are you seeing? What do you think we need to focus on?
Well, I think that we need to listen more. I think obviously some of the things that have happened around the world show us that maybe we're not such good listeners. We're waiting to say what we want to say, and we forget that the other person is telling us something for a reason. It is definitely something that we practice at our firm, and that's to listen to people's anxieties about money, desires around money, goals, and what they want their family to be able to do as they see it as a tool. So I think that's key in every area of leadership, no matter what industry you're in.
So taking a step back, maybe from what I'm wanting to accomplish, like really pausing, taking a minute and reducing any kind of communication bottlenecks in my own mind so that I can really be present with the person I'm in front of, whether that's my staff or customers, and listen in for where are they concerned, how can I support them and being happier.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that we try to do, I jokingly tell one of my associates when we go into meetings, is that we need to leave each meeting learning something new. What is something that we didn't know about this person that was either a goal, a concern, or just something that they wanted to share? So if we're too busy talking and not listening, we're going to miss out on that because it's going to give us insight into how to better serve the person, right? I'll give you an example. Just yesterday, I was talking to somebody that said after they spoke with us, it felt like this 20-pound weight they had on their shoulder just dropped on the floor because they felt really validated about the way they were addressing their financial house. And it was a joke, right? She's like, you must have seen that 20-pound weight just come off of me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you for telling us that, because that is the power of listening and the power of really understanding what the needs are of the other person.
So the best leaders listen for those opportunities and are bringing them forward. And what a beautiful thing that you could do that for a client, that they felt like that was occurring. That's so good.
Yes, thank you. And I think from a staff perspective too, I think listening more means that you find opportunities that maybe you were missing out on, either opportunities in making sure that you're streamlining processes, that you get to know more about some of the clients that you serve that maybe you didn't know because the client is not telling you this, but they expressed a need or a concern to someone else on the team. I think it's critical. And I often say that we have to treat our team members, our staff, like they're our A clients. And you know how everybody is with their best client, right? You go above and beyond. We want to make sure we do that for our employees and staff, because I see them as volunteers. Volunteers do a job that they're really passionate about, and we want them to come back and be excited about your mission in whatever industry you're in to support you to get to where you want to be as well.
So good. Where have you personally had to stretch your leadership or your organization? Where has this work stretched you?
Well, one of the things that I find myself that it's a stretch, but also something that I'm naturally inclined to. I'm very cognizant of the differences in the way that we address money from different cultures. I am bilingual. I was born in Colombia, and obviously speak Spanish, and I understand some of the dynamics when a client comes in and they're learning. Not only they had to learn a new language when they came to the United States and adjust to their new job if they were transferred by one of their multinational companies, but they also have to learn how the financial systems are here. And sometimes they're very, very different from the country they came from. So I have clients from Argentina, from Spain, different countries, and they're like, Kat, this is not how we do it over here. So it's an entire new education. And so it has stretched me in that I need to be very sensitive to what goes on in the world, how people view money, and also bring my team into the fold so that the way that we perhaps address a client that has been a native of the US might see money and address money differently than someone that comes from another country.
So say that we have a world where leaders are really listening in for how people are different than them. They're eliminating these communication bottlenecks, as you say. I love that. I've never heard that before. And you have a world where that's occurring. What would be like one bold prediction that you could imagine that could happen after that for the future of leadership?
Gosh, I would say a bold prediction. I mean, I'm always saying, and I know you and I think alike, that women are going to change the world, and we already are. My bold prediction is that we're going to see more women in financial planning as wealth advisors. We actually make really good planners. So for all the women that are listening, you make really good plans for vacations or for your children's summer camp. And that sounds silly, but the fact that we're planners and that we want to make sure everything goes smoothly and that everybody's taken care of makes us really good at addressing our financial needs in our house if we have the right guidance. So my prediction would be that women will take more charge of their personal financial house. And as a result of that, they're going to be more confident. A woman that knows where her money is and where it's going walks differently, talks differently, knows what opportunities she needs to take and which ones she could say no to because she may not need that in order to meet her basic financial needs or even her goals. And so I think you're going to have somebody who is more confident when they even ask for a raise or want to change positions. So my prediction is that women are going to realize, especially due to the pandemic, that we can no longer put our head in the sand and pretend money is not important, because it is. It's a tool to help us get to where we want to be.
I love it. So I'm with you. I'm shoulder to shoulder with you there. But just quickly, because we're running out of time, but I'd love for you to say, what do you think stops women from really leaning into money discussions for themselves? Like, I know that there's many women like, oh no, my husband takes care of that. Or, I don't look at it because I don't understand it. What do you think you could say to a woman that's like, wait, I want to learn more, but I'm concerned about whatever? What do you think is something that you could take as a barrier out of her way that she might not even know she has?
Well, I think that if they for a moment think what happens to the person who's managing the household finances passes away or becomes disabled and they have no idea where the accounts are, where the life insurance is, where the disability insurance is, how to get the passwords for the investment accounts. If for a moment you're thinking that you don't know where that information is, I urge you to use it as a call to action.
Yes.
So at least get acquainted with that, because you can't afford not to know. And you don't want to have two crises at the same time. You don't want a financial crisis and an emotional crisis at the same time. So I would say find an advisor that will listen to you and allow you to ask questions and not make you feel like you are not a smart woman, because it's a new language. It's okay that you don't know all the questions to ask. That's
perfect. Catalina, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Nina, so much.